Hello students, today we are going to discuss the electromotive force, terminal voltage, internal resistance and combination of resistors. This is our topic of discussion for today. Now in the last live class I have told you what is EMF. EMF is the total amount of energy or work done per unit charge in taking a unit positive charge around the circuit, both outside the cell and also inside the cell. That is called what? EMF. There is one more definition. When no current is drawn from a cell, that is when the cell is an open circuit, the potential difference between the terminals is called the EMF. So what is EMF actually? EMF is the potential difference between the terminals of the cell when the cell is not in use. Okay, suppose you have a cell in open circuit, then the potential difference across the terminal is called the EMF. Factors affecting the EMF. See, the factors affecting the EMF there are two factors. Firstly, the material of the electrode. The EMF depends upon the material of the electrode, means what metal you are using, copper or zinc or aluminium. And second is the electrolyte. What type of electrolyte you are using, what is the concentration of the electrolyte, on this factor it depends. However, it does not depend upon the shape of electrode, distance between the electrode and the amount of electrolyte. On this factor it does not depend. The EMF of a cell is the characteristic property of every cell. Okay. For example, the cell we use in the clocks and toys, okay, that is of EMF 1.5 volt. So EMF is the characteristic of every cell. So E, as we have seen, E is what? Work done by charge. So E is work done by charge, and this is formula is similar to potential. So that is why it also has the same unit. The unit of EMF is what? Volt. Terminal voltage. When the current is drawn, now see what we have studied, that EMF is the potential across the difference across the terminals when the current is not flowing through the cell. But when the current is flowing through the cell, that is when the cell is in a closed circuit, then the terminal potential difference across the terminal is called the terminal voltage. Okay. Now, the terminal voltage of a cell is defined as the work done per unit charge in carrying a positive charge around the cell connected across the terminal of the cell. So terminal is defined as the work done per unit charge. Okay. So what is the terminal voltage? Terminal voltage is defined from the work done by unit charge from one terminal to other terminal. Suppose I am here starting from this terminal, unit positive charge will go and come back here from one terminal to one terminal, not inside the cell. But what is EMF? EMF is from here to here and also from here. So this is the difference. So that is why terminal voltage is always less than EMF, because terminal voltage is work done from one plate to the other plate throughout the external circuit only. Okay, current is not entering here. So this is the difference. Now voltage drop. So as we have seen, the terminal voltage is a bit less than the EMF. So the difference between the terminal voltage and EMF and the terminal voltage is called the voltage drop. So what is actually voltage drop? Voltage drop is the difference between the terminal voltage and the EMF and the terminal voltage. So what is the definition? So definition is what? From here to here, the amount of work done in transferring a unit positive charge from one terminal to the other terminal through the cell. Terminal voltage is outside the cell and EMF and internal, and the voltage drop is inside the cell. Okay. The amount of work done or energy spent in carrying a small charge through the electrolyte. Okay. So work done through the electrolyte means what? Through the cell. Acha. So now see, EMF is equal to terminal voltage plus voltage drop. So what is the relation? EMF is equal to terminal voltage plus voltage drop. Now what is the difference between EMF and the terminal voltage? It is the measure, as first of all you write both the definition. Second point, it is the characteristic property of cell. See, EMF is fixed. But terminal voltage, it may change due to the resistance and other factors. But EMF of a cell never changes. Okay. Now internal resistance of the cell. What is the meaning of that? Internal resistance means the resistance offered by the electrolyte of the cell. Means the cell is having electrolyte, and when current is flowing through that electrolyte, then that electrolyte is also offering some resistance. So resistance offered by the electrolyte of the cell is called what? Internal resistance of the cell. So V, that is the voltage drop, is equal to I into R. So this small v is actually what? Voltage drop that we have studied just, is equal to I in current into internal resistance. So V is equal to I into R. Okay. So from here we are getting a formula for R. R is what? E by V minus 1 into R. E is what? Okay, these derivations are not required, just to keep in mind the formula. So E is what? E is actually the EMF, V is terminal voltage, and this R is external resistance of the external circuit, external resistance. Now, factors affecting the internal resistance of a cell means on what factors the internal resistance of a cell depends. Firstly, the surface area of the electrodes. So now what we are going to study, on what factors the small r, that is the internal resistance of a cell, depends. So first factor is what? The surface area of the electrodes. Second, the distance between the electrodes. Okay. And third, nature and concentration of the electrolyte and temperature of the electrolyte. So these are the factors on which the internal resistance of a cell depends. Okay. Now we are going to study about the combination of resistors, series, parallel, all these combinations we are going to study. Now, so we know that there are two types of combination: series combination, parallel combination, and mixed. See, suppose this is a series circuit. The positive end, negative end. With the negative end of R1, we are connecting the positive end of R2. Again, with the negative end of R2, we are connecting the positive end of R3, and this is the negative end and positive end connected through the cell. So this plus minus combination is called what? Series combination. And there is one more type combination, that is called parallel combination. Here what is happening? All the positive ends are connected at one point and all the negative ends of the connected at other point. So I think you can understand. Here there was what? Plus minus, and here all positive end at this point and all negative end at this point. Okay, now see what is happening. So current I is flowing. So the current will be flowing through each resistor. Whatever current will flow through R1, that will go to R2, what will go to R3. And the potential difference, terminal voltage of, or potential difference of this cell will be divided among, suppose this is V. So V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So current remains same and the potential difference is divided. But in parallel, the opposite thing is happening. In parallel, what is happening? The current is divided. You can see this I current is divided to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to I. But the potential difference across each resistor will be same. If this is V, so this also will, the PD of R1 will be also V, the PD of R2 will be also V, and PD of R3 will be V. So here current is divided, PD remains same, and here PD is divided, means potential difference is divided and current remains same. Okay, so this is the two difference. Secondly, let us try to the total resistance of the circuit. The total resistance of the circuit is R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. I will show you this derivation in the next slide plus. For the time being, you keep it as a formula. So R, the total resistance, that is called the equivalent resistance of the circuit, is what? R1 plus R2 plus R3. Suppose this is 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm. So what will be total resistance? 2 plus 3 plus 4, 9 ohm. Here, total resistance is, so here you can see that total resistance is very large. So in series combination, what happens? The total resistance becomes very, very large. But let us come to the parallel combination. In parallel combination, what is the formula? 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So from this formula, if you calculate this R, equivalent resistance of parallel combination, you will see that the value will be very small. Okay, suppose you have 2, 3, 4, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, then the value of this Rp will be less than the smallest, that is less than the 2 ohm, and in series the value will be much more. Okay, so these are some sums. See, done. R is equal to that formulas. So I am sending some sums, and we will do the numericals in the next live class. Okay students, have a nice day.